the Mad Queen. Welcome to the Queen's Lair. I want to talk to you guys today about progression. There's a few things that are going to go into this, and of course, even with this, you are going to get stuck sometimes, and that's going to happen because you're impatient. If you're like me, it's going to feel like you're stuck, but you are going to need to spend a little bit of time in each of these places, and you're going to have to do a lot of swapping back and forth to be able to progress steadily in each of these places and keep going in the game in general. So when it comes to the dungeons, as a beginner, you want to make sure that you are focusing on Roaring Tulpa first. The reason is, it is the easiest. This is the easiest dungeon to complete. And I would not have given you this advice. Like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, because this dungeon was totally irrelevant until they changed the rage set, and that's what you're really wanting to get from here. The rage set is going to give you increased crit rate. You want to farm in Tulpa until you get decent 5-star rage sets. I would say like 4 decent rage sets at 5-star. After you get to that point, go to Queen of Tides. Because not only should you have good rage sets, you should also have some pretty decent Terra sets as well. And those are both going to help you tremendously in the Queen of Tides. The Queen of Tides needs to be the second dungeon you focus on. It has Warrior set, which is going to give you an increased attack percent overall. It has the Curse set, which is going to give you a certain chance to get a bonus attack. And it has the Revival set that's going to help keep your supports alive longer. The Curse set, which allows you to do extra turns, it's like a 35% chance, I believe, that it will happen, is going to be a huge help in dungeons, especially on poison heroes, because as we know, poison heroes are the most useful in all of the dungeon content for the most part, especially when you get into the later content of the dungeons, which is going to be the Witch of the Wind and Gemini. Do not touch these until you are farming consistently 100% stage 12 here. And I wouldn't attempt to go into Hell on these until you're consistently farming Hell Stage 2 in all 3 of these dungeons. But anyways, after you've got a few really good curse sets that you can put on poisoners, that way they have the opportunity to put more poison on bosses and kill them faster, then you're going to go spend time in the Ash Magisteria. The Ash Magisteria has some really, really good sets, and those are all really geared more towards PvP content. It gives you gear that's going to enhance the speed of your heroes, gear that's going to help heroes that deal AoE damage deal extra damage, and it has the Dragon Scale, which is going to help your tankier heroes in PvP not take as much damage in general. So, of course, the only set in here that's not really a late game is going to be the set that gives you extra speed. Before you do all of this, yes, there is more. The very first thing you want to focus on is the adventure stages. The adventure stages are really, really important and essential to your growth. You want to make sure that you're following the challenges and doing as much of it as you can. I love, honestly, that they keep resetting the challenges every so often, because I'm able to get extra rewards every time it comes out. Of course, you can see I haven't finished it yet. But you want to make sure that you're focusing on following the challenges, and don't even touch any dungeon content until you are finished with half of hard adventure stages. Before you go into dungeons, you should have blue glyphs on all of the heroes that you're going to be using in those dungeons. And you're going to need purple glyphs, fully glyphed, on all of your heroes within those teams to actually be able to do stage 12 in the dungeons. PvP and guild boss are going to be the last things you should really be focusing on. Don't get me wrong, in your combat, you should be doing your 5 trainings every day, or however many you have access to, because you get more as you level up, and do the easy fights that are available in here as well, so that you can collect arena points. Besides that, don't worry about climbing so much in PvP until you are consistently getting 6-star gear from dungeons. I've personally been playing the game for over a year now, and when I started, I really just went into it like all willy-nilly, to be honest. I was all over the place. I wasn't really following anything like I should, and that hurt me. It put me really behind a lot of other players, and it took a long time to catch up. So I really want to share this advice with you guys, especially if you're having trouble knowing where you should be progressing at. This is really going to help you. And the last thing I want to mention is going to be No Man's Land. This is something you're going to be able to do here and there. And before you're farming stage 12 or really those higher stages, you really want to make sure you're maxing out all of the abilities on your heroes. That's going to be something that's really going to give them a boost and help you to complete the dungeons even faster and get through that content even quicker. If you have any questions, or if I was unclear about anything, leave a comment below. I would love to answer anything that you have to ask. Also, if you're a new or experienced player, join my growing Discord community. It's a great place for beginners to ask for advice and experienced players to give advice. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.